Hello and welcome to the Double Minority Report. I'm Ravi.
And I am Rosie.
And we are so excited to be back with you guys again today.
Yes.
How have you been, Rosie?
I have been very well, blessed and highly favored.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we took a week off. What happened last week? Was that you or was that me?
It was most likely you.
No, it was not. It was definitely you.
Oh, I was getting my hair done.
You was getting your hair done.
Yeah, it took all day.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And you also had a late dinner.
I did have a late dinner, which I could have caught because I got there at like 8 and we didn't end up eating until like 10.
Ooh, where did y'all go?
We were at Disney Springs.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what's been going on in your life lately, like in these past 2 weeks, girl, before we get into these hot topics? So, just letting y'all know, if y'all do not know, here on the Double Minority Report, we talk about things relating to gender and politics,
a little bit of celebrity news,
just
what's going on in
the world as it relates to the black
and queer
experience. Correct. Look, I was about to say gay. I'm glad you said queer.
Yes,
black and queer.
I am not
Even
gay.
though my friend said he didn't like the term queer to describe us, like the
Who
LGBT.
cares?
I was kind of like, I feel as though it's like something that we use as like a instead of having to say all them letters.
Wait, but I thought the Q was for queer and LGBTQ.
Lesbian, bi. Wait,
I know you lying.
lesbian, gay, bi, trans. There's no Q. Oh, LGBTQ. When you get to the Q, it's for queer.
Kia, are you okay?
Look at me. I'm over here like, girl, what is our alphabet again?
It's so many alphabets, Lord.
Look, I'm like, wait, it's LGB, L, the G's, the B's. I be saying in so many different types of ways.
The alphabet gang.
Yes, the alphabet mafia. Shouts out to my alphabet mafia. If y'all listening, make sure y'all leave a review, especially if you're listening on Apple. But yeah, so we talk about all those topics in relation to the black and the queer experience. A lot of looking at everything, intersectionality, looking at everything from both ways and stuff like that. So usually we start off with politics.
You had just asked me how I was doing and then went on.
Oh, I did.
A completely
meanwhile, I said,
rant.
I said, well, fuck your 2 weeks. Fuck your 2 weeks. Okay, so what you been up to, girl?
I have just been working. I'm back in the dating world, putting myself out there, intentionally dating, I think they call it. It's not working, girl. These niggas is trash.
I was about to say, well, how is that going for you?
Girl, I'll ask me again in 2 more weeks.
Ask you again. Well, I be on the apps, but it's just like, I be leaving bait out. And you know how like you'll leave bait out and then the animals come into the bait?
Yeah, because they're animals.
And then you return them. I'm not saying people are animals, but it's just kind of like, you catching good game, some game, but the game ain't never anything that you want.
Right.
I want some lions, some tigers, some bears. Yes! Something that's going to make me say, oh my.
Oh, I miss saying oh my.
Oh yeah, it's been a long time for me too, friend. It's almost going to be a year.
Yeah, for me too.
Girl, that's a lie.
It's going to be a year for me in September. Wait, alive what? A year of what? What are we talking about? A year of what? Celibacy?
Yeah.
Oh, girl.
Girl, see, like I said, I feel like you lying.
Definitely. It'll be a year next year.
Girl, we ain't... Listen, next year's in 2023. Girl, that's so far off, girl. Child. Anyways. So yeah, as far as me, I've just been working, trying to do this whole TikTok thing. I've come to understand that you don't have to post every single day. I've been letting myself breathe.
Good.
But I'm going to go hard.
Good.
But now that I've hit 250,000 followers.
Period.
Yes, thank you. And I've never even made a video about that.
Congratulations. Oh my God.
Yeah. So now that I've hit 250,000 followers, I've kind of allowed myself to breathe a little bit. And my last few videos, I talked about The Best Man. Have you seen The Best Man?
The old movie?
Yeah.
Years ago.
Yeah. So I talked about, I'm doing a series on 90s black films, black films from the 90s all the way up into the early 2000s. So I've done things like Friday, Took a Play That Game.
Are you going to do any Madea movies?
I've done all those when I talked about Tyler Perry, sis.
And I was literally throwing shade by asking that question.
Yeah, throwing shade, girl. Meanwhile, if some girls would get on the ticks and the talks.
Girl, TikTok. I downloaded the app specifically so I could follow your page,
and she be everywhere else.
And then I just saw how addicting it can be, and I had to delete it off of my phone. I can only watch TikTok when I'm like working third shift because the time will go by quick. But TikTok is addicting.
Oh, very much.
It's like I have to keep it off of my phone, literally. But I got to go back to your page so I can look at your videos as well.
Yeah. So what is your favorite movie from that era? Like the 90s up into...
Well, I wasn't allowed to even watch stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
But I recall going to my best friend, Celinda's house, and we always used to watch Baby Boy. Of course, and Friday. Friday and Baby Boy.
Baby Boy was my movie.
My top two.
Yeah. Baby Boy is probably in my top 3. Oh, Lord have mercy. They're going to hate me for saying that.
Why?
Because people feel like it was just so toxic. That's why this is why we are how we are.
Because that's our favorite movie.
That's our favorite. Johnny he don't love me no more.
He don't love me no more. Girl, that
he don't love me no
classic,
more.
Iconic.
And it was like Taraji's breakout role. How can you not like Baby Boy?
Yes. Who doesn't like Baby Boy?
Listen, when I tell you the think pieces about how people be like, the movie is trash and it was just so toxic and it was just it was real.
Yes, exactly. It was real.
Yeah.
It was definitely real. Yeah. And sometimes life is toxic.
So yeah, I've talked about Baby Boy. I've talked about Soul Food. I have done
Soul Food was a good one.
Love Jones.
Never seen that.
We just said I just did The Best Man. I did The Wood. Have you seen The Wood?
No. Did you do that damn basketball movie?
Yes, I did Love and Basketball.
Child.
Yeah, so they're all available on my
okay, I'm gonna
TikTok.
check it out.
So yeah, make sure you go and check it out. I'm sure I'm missing something else that I've done, but
Did you do
I did Friday.
Save the Last Dance?
Girl, that's not a black film.
Girl, I asked you that on purpose again.
See, look at her trying to test me. Okay, so let's get into these topics. All right, so the first things first, we're going to talk about this. We usually start with politics. A lot going on in politics right now. Abortion.
Yes.
The Supreme Court has drafted a decision.
Wasn't that draft leaked?
Yeah, it was leaked.
Now, explain to me how it was leaked.
It was leaked by somebody, like an insider. Who
gave it to a news...
Yeah, a news source. I think it was Politico.
And they're investigating who leaked it.
Yeah, now they're saying...
But so we wasn't supposed to know that it was going to happen until they got
proposed.
They
was going to spring it on us.
Wow.
Right.
I don't get it. I don't understand why the focus, like why are these people focusing on abortions and it's 2022? Like, I don't get it.
Because it's been the law of the land for so long. Like, usually when it's a major Supreme Court case happens, we learn about it. Like, I remember taking AP Gov and like that was a big deal. Like, they test you on the Supreme Court cases in AP Government. And so, like, it's a big deal because it's like this changed the law to give us liberties forever.
And they want to go back on it.
And yeah, and it's kind of like, you know how people say like history repeats itself. It happens in cycles. Or you'll see like shows such as The Handmaid's Tale. And, there's something about like,
You watch that? Did you watch it?
I watched the first like 3 seasons.
Ooh, are they still on?
Yeah, they're on Hulu.
Ooh, how many seasons they on?
I think it's like 5 at least.
Ooh, Lord, that's good.
And so a lot of people are like, oh, we're gonna, the white liberals like, oh, we're going back to the Handmaid's Tale and stuff like that.
But for The Handmaid's Tale, that's if Roe v. Wade.
Well, what happened reversed? In The Handmaid's Tale is like the Christians collectively, like these Christian organizations, they collectively overthrew the government. Oh, they came together and like basically.
But isn't it like women are having babies for?
And then also women, but what caused this to happen is due to, I think, environmental reasons. Y'all don't quote me on this because, like, they love to be like, oh, you was wrong about this. Child. But from what I remember, due to environmental reasons, women started the birth rate. It was very rare for a woman to be able to conceive a child. Oh. And so that's what caused the religious groups to like, and people to really rally and become a part of the religious groups.
I need to watch it.
Yeah. And so due to that, that's what allowed them to get enough power to be able to overthrow the government. But yeah, so this has been the law of the land for so long. And I made a video about this saying that the Democrats are basically, I'm not on TikTok, so I can say this. Democrats, they basically kind of like,
they're weak.
They're weak. They have no backbone.
They're so nice.
They
want to be so nice.
They want to play the good guy.
Yeah, they want to play the good guy. That's
and
the problem.
while painting the Republicans out to be the bad guy, but at the end of the day, a lot of these Democrats are still getting paid by the same people that these Republicans are getting paid by.
Speak on it.
And what they're doing is they're getting paid, but what they do to the public, to the general public, is paint themselves out to be the good guy while reaping all the same benefits. And I'm talking specifically about corporate Democrats. The ones that take all these donations from big donors and stuff like that and still look out for their best interests.
Right.
Do you want to know why a lot of these things, why healthcare is still not free in America? It's because these healthcare companies are paying Democrats and Republicans to make sure that that never happens. Do you want to know why we not getting these student loan bailouts? It's because they benefit from this. Do you want to know why the Democrats aren't doing shit
money
about abortion? It's because they can sit here like Biden did and tell us, oh, you need to go out and vote and raise all this goddamn money. And then come November, if we don't flip the Senate, if we don't flip the House, they can sit around and say, well, we told y'all to vote. Why they collected all our money and all our cash. And that's the thing, sis. So y'all told us to go out and vote. We literally flipped Georgia.
I literally can't keep up.
We literally flipped Georgia. And we didn't like completely flip the Senate. Right now it's 48 Democrats, 2 independents, and 50 Republicans.
Shit.
Now, the independents vote on the side of the Democrats.
Okay.
But you got these 2 motherfucker. You got 2 people. You got not Schumer, Joe Manchin, and it's this other woman. I can't think of her name for the life of me right now. They're both doing? Democrats.
But they always.
But they vote for on the Republican side every time.
Really?
Yes, because they have this thing called the filibuster that would allow. Because the way it is now,
so they always vote Republican.
Yes.
So why don't they just go to the Republican side?
Because money. Because they're posturing. The
games.
They're playing the game. Right. They're playing the game.
It's like the Hunger Games.
You know what? Money and posturing. So right now they're like getting this money. They're getting money. They're accepting money from these same donors that the Republicans are getting. Like these 2 specific Democrats, like corporations and stuff that donate to Republican interests.
Also donate
these are like
to them.
Also donate to them.
And that's why they vote the way they vote.
Right. And that's why when people say vote blue, no matter who, bitch, make sure you know who you voting for.
Yes. And black people have a very bad habit of voting blue, no matter who.
We do.
Even Joe said, girl, if you don't vote for me, bitch.
You're not black.
You're not black.
That man had
was
the nerve
on air
to say
saying
that.
And you know what we did? We voted for him.
Girl, I mean.
We did it, Joe. But what they really do.
And then picked up Kamala Harris to just really be like, oh, you AKA.
I ain't seen her since.
We gonna get an AKA in office.
I have not seen her since.
Now, this is not us endorsing Donald Trump. Now, like, let's be clear.
This is just us endorsing.
But you know,
thinking on your own. Researching.
It all started with the primaries. Now, was Bernie going to be able to beat Donald Trump?
We don't deserve Bernie.
I don't know. And we definitely don't deserve Bernie.
Let's get Yang in office, Kia.
Let's
get Andrew Yang in there.
Yang is already in the corporate interest. That's the same thing with Pete Buttigieg. He's already become another establishment Democrat. So like it's
no, not Yang.
Yang was working for CNN, child. You know what? CNN. You know how that go.
You just broke my heart. Then what do we do? How do we win? Is the game rigged?
You wanted that $1,000 per month, girl.
No, it wasn't even that. He had some very good ideologies. I really stood with Yang and how modern he was, just overall.
Right.
But we don't deserve Bernie. I feel like we honestly don't deserve him. We've had so many chances to get him.
And we don't deserve him. And it's the thing, like progressive policies, like the idea of student loans, like that affects people both on the right and on the left. Free healthcare, that affects people both on the right and on the left. But what the right does is they use bigotry. They run on bigotry. That's why, and you were asking me earlier, you were like, why do they care about abortion? Da, 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 da. And I was telling you, like, for example, I had a coworker who literally told me the only reason he was voting for Trump in 2020 was because of abortion. It was F these kids in cages. And that's the thing that gets me. That is what gets me. Let's see.
I hate you.
And this is the thing that gets me, though. Is because when it comes to them, they're always like, oh, you're killing. Like he was like, oh, they're killing babies. They're killing. What about these people who already exist?
Right.
What about the people who already exist?
It doesn't make sense. It's so hypocritical.
And y'all, and these kids in these cages, and y'all say, oh, it would be better to adopt. I just saw a video the other day where there was a group of women outside protesting abortion, and they were like, adopting is the only way, or you should adopt, or whatever like that. And the interviewer asked them, have any of you guys ever adopted?
The answer was no.
They said no. And they were saying, I have 2 of my own. My own. They kept saying my own. So your own suggests that even if you do adopt,
they're not your
they're
own.
not your